In the heart of Montana's rugged wilderness, where the morning sun casts long, dramatic shadows, across Eagle Valley a story of unexpected courage and resilience unfolds. The air is crisp, and the landscape is a blend of serene beauty and untamed wildness, a fitting backdrop for the events about to transpire at Cooper's last stop, a remote gas station that serves as a final outpost before miles of untouched terrain. Rachel Barnes, a woman of quiet strength and unwavering determination, navigates her modified van to the winding mountain roads and specially outfitted rear compartment. Her constant companions, Shadow and Ghostlight, alert yet calm. These aren't ordinary service dogs. They are elite military assets, their muscular forms concealing years of combat training and unwavering loyalty to the casual observer. They appear as well, behaved service animals, their vests and gentle demeanor, suggesting nothing more than faithful companions to a disabled veteran, but beneath their calm exterior lies a readiness born of countless missions and a bond with Rachel that transcends mere training. As Rachel maneuvers her wheelchair out of the van, the early morning light catches her prosthetic leg, a stark reminder of her last deployment, an event that changed everything. Frank Cooper, the old Vietnam veteran who has owned this gas station for 30 years, watches from behind I&D's counter. He's seen the changing tides of travelers pass through, but something about this morning feels different. Perhaps it's the way Rachel's dogs maintain their relaxed posture while their eyes track every movement around the station. Or maybe it's the radio chatter he's heard about the Crimson Reapers moving into the area. The Crimson Reapers, a notorious motorcycle club known for their intimidation and violence, have been causing trouble up and down the valley. Businesses have been hit, and while the police can't prove anything, everyone knows the motorcycles were involved as the rumble of their engines echoes off the mountain walls. Rachel senses their approach, her years of training, allowing her to assess the situation. With measured calm, Frank, with his coffee machine sputtering in the background, greets Rachel with a nod of respect. Military, he states, more than asks, recognizing the way she carries herself and the disciplined bearing of her dogs. Rachel confirms a suspicion, her voice steady and composed. As they exchange a few words, the rumble of motorcycles grows louder, signaling the impending arrival of the Crimson Reapers. The lead rider, known only as Reaper, dismounts for tall and heavily muscled. His eyes lock onto Rachel's wheelchair, smirk playing on his lips. He sees an easy target, a disabled woman alone at a remote gas station. But Rachel, with her calm demeanor and tactical assessment of the situation, is far from the vulnerable figure. He imagines her dogs, Shadow and Ghost, remain perfectly still, their muscles coiled and ready, waiting for her command. Reaper and his companions begin their taunts, their words dripping with mock courtesy and thinly veiled threats. They form a loose circle around Rachel, a standard intimidation tactic meant to unnerve and control. But Rachel, with her combat experience and tactical training, recognizes their movements for what they are: a desperate attempt to assert dominance over someone may perceive as weak. As the tension in the air thickens, Rachel's mind races, mapping angles, distances, and potential scenarios. Her hand moves slightly on her wheelchair's control, activating a hidden switch that connects her to her dog's tactical communication system. This modification, a remnant from her military days, allows her to coordinate with Shadow and Ghost with silent precision. The bikers, unaware of the true nature of Rachel's dogs, continue their mockery, their voices laced with arrogance and disdain. They have no idea that they are about to face a force unlike any they've encountered before, a force that combines the discipline of military training with the unbreakable bond between a handler and her K9 partners. And so the stage is set for a confrontation that will challenge the bikers' assumptions and reveal the true power of Rachel's military dogs in this remote gas station amidst the rugged beauty of Montana's wilderness. A tale of courage, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between a handler and her K9 partners is about to unfold. The rumble of motorcycles grows louder, signaling the arrival of the Crimson Reapers. Their engines roar with a deliberate aggression, a sound meant to intimidate and assert dominance over quiet morning air. The bikers, clad in leather and adorned with the distinctive crimson skull patches that mark their allegiance, pull into Gas ST with a sense of ownership, as if the very ground belongs to them. Reaper, the leader, dismounts first, his tall, muscular frame exuding an air of menace. His eyes quickly scan the area, landing on Rachel and her wheelchair. A cruel smile tugs at the corners of his mouth as he sees what he believes to be an easy target, a disabled woman alone and seemingly vulnerable. The other bikers follow his lead, their laughter and jeers filling the air as they form a loose circle around Rachel, a tactic designed to intimidate and control Well, boys, Reaper calls out his voice, carrying a mocking edge. Looks like we found ourselves some entertainment as companions. Chuckle, their eyes gleaming with malice as they take in the scene. Rachel, however, remains composed, her expression neutral, giving no outward sign of the tension building within. One of the bikers, known as Hammer, steps closer, his gaze fixed on Shadow and Ghost. Nice dogs you got there. He comments, his tone dripping with sarcasm, but they fetch real good. His words are meant to provoke to belittle both Rachel and her dogs, reducing them to mere playthings. In his mind, Rachel's hand moves slightly on her wheelchair's arm, pressing a hidden switch that activates her tactical communication system. With her dogs, the subtle action goes unnoticed by the bikers, who are too focused on their own sense of superiority to recon the danger. They are stepping into the tension, and the air thickens. As the biker taunts escalate, they close, and their voices growing louder and more aggressive, each word designed to provoke a reaction from Rachel. But she remains steadfast, her calm demeanor a stark contrast to the bikers' escalating hostility. Her mind races, assessing the situation with precision of someone who has faced far greater threats and emerged victorious. Reaper steps closer, his shadow falling across Rachel's lap as he invades her personal space. "You know, ma'am," he says, his voice dripping with false courtesy. "It's dangerous for someone in your condition to be out here alone. Maybe we could help with that." His words are thinly veiled threat, a challenge meant to test Rachel's resolve. But Rachel is no stranger to challenges. Her years of military training have taught her the value of appearing unaware, of letting the enemy underestimate her while she calculates her next move. She meets Reaper's gaze with a steady, unwavering stare, her voice calm and measured as she responds, "I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine." The bikers, unaware of the true nature of Rachel's dogs and the extent of her own capabilities, continue their mockery, their laughter echoing through the gas station. They see only a woman in a wheelchair, not the seasoned warrior and skilled handler she truly is. And as the tension reaches a boiling point, the stage is set for a confrontation that will challenge their assumptions and reveal the true power of Rachel and her military dogs. Beer Cooper's last stop grows thick with tension as the Crimson Reapers, emboldened by their numbers and Rachel's apparent vulnerability, escalate their aggression. Reaper, their leader, takes another step closer, his voice dropping any pretense of courtesy. "You know it's not safe for someone like you to be out here alone," he says, his tone laced with threat. "Maybe we should show you how we deal with trespassers in these parts." His companions, sensing his intent, tighten their circle around Rachel, their movements calculated to intimidate and overwhelm. They laugh and jeer, their voices a cacophony of mockery and menace, each word designed to provoke and unnerve. But Rachel remains steadfast, her expression unchanged, her calm demeanor a shield against their hostility. "I appreciate your concern." Rachel responds, her voice steady and measured, but I'm fine. Her words are a deliberate attempt to diffuse the situation, to show that she is not easily intimidated. She speaks with the authority of someone used to command, her tone carrying the weight of years of military training and experience. The bikers, however, are not so easily deterred. They see Rachel's composure as a challenge, a sign that she has not taken their threats seriously. Their laughter grows louder, their taunts more aggressive as they attempt to break through her calm exterior. "You think you're tough, don't you?" one of them sneers, stepping closer. "Let's see how tough you are when we take those dogs of yours for a little ride." His words are meant to provoke, to test Rachel's resolve and her attachment to her dogs. But Rachel is not one to be provoked so easily. She has faced far greater threats in her military career, and she knows the value of restraint in the face of aggression. She meets the biker's gaze with a steady stare, her voice calm and controlled as she responds, "I wouldn't advise that." Meanwhile, Shadow and Ghost, sensing the escalating tension, begin to growl. Their low, rumbling growls are not aggressive, but carry a deadly promise, a warning to the bikers that they are treading on dangerous ground. The dogs' muscles tense, their bodies coiled and ready, their protective instincts on high alert. The bikers, however, are too focused on their own sense of superiority to recognize the danger there, and they see only a woman in a wheelchair, not the seasoned warrior and skilled handler she truly is. And as the tension reaches a boiling point, the stage is set for a confrontation that will challenge their assumptions and reveal the true power of Rachel and her military dogs. Attention at the gas station reaches a critical point as one of the bikers, emboldened by the group's numbers and Rachel's perceived vulnerability, decides to cross a line. Hammer, his eyes gleaming with malice, steps closer to Rachel's van, his attention fixed on Shadow and Ghost. "Nice setup you got here," he comments, his voice dripping with false admiration. "Custom work ain't cheap. Must have some interesting friends." Rachel's eyes narrow slightly, her senses heighten as she detects a shift in the biker intention. "Step away from the vehicle," she commands, her tone shifting to one of authority in a voice that has commanded respect on battlefields and in training grounds a like hammer, however ignores her warning his hand reaching for the van's door. Handle is a deliberate act of defiance, a challenge to Rachel's authority and a threat to her dogs, but Rachel has been waiting for this moment, her tactical mind already mapping out the necessary response. With a single silent command through her tactical communication system, Rachel activates her dog's combat readiness shadow and Ghost, their muscles coiled and ready, spring into action with a fluidity and precision that belies their calm demeanor just moments before their growls deepen, becoming a low, menacing rumble that sends a shiver down the spines of the biker's hammer. Caught off guard by the sudden transformation of the dog, stumbles back, his face paling. As he realizes the true nature of the animals he had dismissed as mere pets, Jesus, he whispers, his voice shaking with mix of fear, and all the other bikers, sensing the sudden shift in power dynamics, instinctively take a step back, their bravado faltering in the face of the dog's disciplined aggression. Reaper, their leader, watches with a mixture of shock and growing respect as Shadow and Ghost move with military precision, their every action a testament to their extensive training and unwavering loyalty to Rachel. Call off your dogs, Reaper demand, his voice carrying a newfound edge of desperation. But Rachel remains calm, her gaze steady as she responds. They're very well trained, they won't attack unless I give command. But I suggest you and your men step back and reconsider your actions. The bikers, now fully aware of the danger there, and begin to retreat their once aggressive postures, replaced by a cautious respect. The situation, which had been escalating toward violence just moments before, is now firmly under Rachel's control. The dogs, their mission accomplished, return to their calm, alert stance, their eyes never leaving the bikers as they back away. As the Crimson Reapers retreat, the gas station returns to a semblance of normalcy, the air still charged with the lingering tension of the confrontation. Rachel, her composure unbroken, watches them go, her mind already turning to the larger implications of their presence in Eagle Valley. The immediate may have been neutralized, but the true battle, she knows, is far from over. As the Crimson Reapers retreat, the gas station slowly returns to its usual quiet hum. Rachel watches them go, her expression calm, but her mind racing with the implications of their presence. She knows that this encounter is more than just a random act of aggression. It's a sign of deeper issues brewing. In Eagle Valley, Frank Cooper, the station's owner, steps out from behind the counter, his shotgun still in hand, but lowered. He looks at Rachel with a mixture of relief and admiration. You handled that well, he says, his voice gruff with emotion. Not many could have kept their cool like that. Rachel nods, a small smile playing on her lips. It's not the first time I've had to deal with aggression, she replies, her voice steady. And it won't be the last. Dr. Emma Lou, who had been watching the confrontation from the safety of the store, approaches Rachel, her eyes wide with a mix of awe and concern. Are you okay? She asks, her voice soft. Rachel nods again, her gaze drifting to Shadow, and goes to a return to her calm, alert stance by her side. I'm fine, she assures Emma. And so are they. Emma looks at the dogs, her expression one of amazement. They're incredible, she says, her voice filled with wonder. The way they responded, it was like they understood exactly what was happening. Rachel's smile deepens, a touch of pride shining in her eyes. They do, she says. They're not just trained to respond to commands. They understand the situation, the threats, and they act accordingly. It's a bond that goes beyond just training. As the tension of the confrontation fades, the bystanders and witnesses who have been watching from a safe distance begin to approach Rachel. Their faces bear expressions of respect and gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of the courage and skill she displayed. One of them, an older man with a weathered face and kind eyes, steps forward. Ma'am, he says, his voice filled with sincerity. What you did here today, it was something else. You've got our respect and our thanks. Rachel accepts their words with a gracious nod, her humility evident in her demeanor. I was just doing my job, she says. Oh, everyone present knows there was far more than that. That as the crowd disperses, Rachel takes a moment to reflect on the incident. She thinks about the bond she shares with Shadow, goes to bond forged in fires of combat and tempered by years of training and trust. She thinks about the importance of her role, not just as a handler, but as a protector, a guardian of the values she holds dear. And as she prepares to leave the gas station, she knows that while this encounter may be over, the true battle, the one for justice, for respect, and for the safety of her community, is far from won. But with Shadow and Ghost by her side, she is ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead, steadfast in her resolve and unwavering in her commitment. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky with hues of gold and orange, Rachel Barnes secures her wheelchair. In the modified van, Shadow and Ghost taking their places beside her. The gas station, once a scene of tension and confrontation, now stands as a testament to her resolve and the unbreakable bond she shares with her Air K9 partners. With a final nod to Frank Cooper and Dr. Emma, Lou Rachel starts the engine to hum of the van, a symbol of her readiness to face whatever challenges lie ahead as she drives away the landscape of Eagle Valley, unfold before her a mix of rugged beauty and untamed wilderness, reflecting the journey she has undertaken and the battles she has yet to fight. The story of our barns and her military dogs is more than just a tale of courage and resilience. It is a testament to the power of respect, professionalism, and the incredible bond between handlers and their K9 partners. It serves as a reminder that true strength lies not in physical prowess alone, but in the unwavering trust and loyalty that binds a handler to their K9 companion. As Rachel and her dogs disappear into the horizon, their journey continues a beacon of hope and inspiration in a world but often underestimates the power of such bonds. Their story is one of duty, fulfilled of challenges met with unwavering determination, and the profound connection that exists between those who serve together. And so as the sun sets on Eagle Valley, the legacy of Rachel Barnes and her military dog stands as a symbol of respect, professionalism, and the enduring bond between handlers and their K9. Partners, a bond that transcends the boundaries of duty and becomes a testament to the human spirit itself. If you enjoyed this heartfelt story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing tales. Your support keeps us going.